Home Media.
This episode is sponsored by Big Fish Bail Bonds. Big Fish Bail Bonds is your first choice in bondsmen. We are located 3 blocks away from the Sedgwick County Jail in Wichita, Kansas. We accept all major credit cards and we accept payment plans on big bonds with no collateral in some cases. Find us at bigfishbailbonds.us or give us a call at 316-262-4100. Big Fish Bail Bonds. Big or small, we release them all.
Best Rate for the Win. I'm Ashley McClure with IVP Benefits Consulting Group. We want to help you or your company find the best health, dental, and vision insurance rates available without sacrificing any benefits. Call us at 620-904-7010 to find your winning rate.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Kansas Missing and Unsolved podcast. I'm your host, Ricky Chabruggi, and joining me tonight down there in Arizona is Derek. How's it going, Derek?
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
Not too bad. Oh, I forgot to silence that. Let me do that right quick here. So I don't want it to be an annoyance throughout the night.
Right.
There we go.
Kelly Up Office here.
Hey, Kelly. How you doing? And Connie's here. Amanda's here. Mamarillo. And Roxanne's here. There's Esther. And Ellen. Everybody's joining us.
That's
awesome.
I ate wings from Pizza Hut like 30 minutes ago, and I got the hot ones, and I'm still sweaty, man. It was so hot. My mouth hurts.
Well, come up here to Kansas where it's nice and cold, and you'll cool off.
It's kind of cold here, man. It's been kind of chilly here. Nothing like you guys.
Pretty
have,
chilly here. I think the high today was only supposed to be 40
degrees.
So.
Yeah, it's 56 right now, and it'll be. I guess it'll be in the 70s all week, so that's good.
Yeah.
No rain for 10 days at least. I like the rainy days because I don't have to work as hard in the rain. I like that.
Amanda says I hate the winter. Kelly says it's 33 in Kentucky.
Oh wow.
Oof.
Rough.
Not sure what it is right now. I know it's supposed to got to 40 today, but let me take a peek here and I can tell you. Amanda said 30 in Amarillo. Ooh. It's 32 here right now.
Wow.
So there. Yeah, winter's sneaking in with a vengeance, it looks like.
Topeka. Crystal from Topeka. Yep, it's getting cold, man. That's what. Oh, she said it'll be 30 here tomorrow.
Anybody? I don't see anybody from YouTube land in here yet, it looks like.
I don't think so, no.
Where's our YouTubers? Trisha and Donda and there was another one.
No, there's nobody on the YouTube. I can see who's.
Wow.
We have 16 people. There's probably NFL tonight. I don't even know who's
there
playing.
Is. Packers are playing the Titans.
Oh, there you go. That explains it.
Titans are winning, so yeah.
Thursday night shows during football season are hard. Hello to Kelly's baby.
Kiddo says, hello, Kelly's baby.
Well, let's cover some cases. Tonight, you're going to see Ricky's actual flyer on screen. I've been trying to figure out a way to put all the information on the screen without having to completely redo a flyer. But for tonight, we're just going to put Ricky's flyers on the screen. And we can just go from there. And that way you can see everything and all the information. But let's go ahead and talk about Charles.
All right. This is one pretty recent one. I did it last night. Yeah, where's he hiding it on here? I know I pulled him. Hang on a second. Looks like I'm going to have to go chase him down real quick. I thought I pulled him.
Oh, you didn't pull that flyer tonight?
I forgot. I thought I did, but I guess I didn't. There it is right there. Give me 2 shakes.
I thought this one would be a different color since it's Missouri.
Okay. I forgot to do it on the black one. Charles Bessenbacher, missing from Kansas City, Missouri since November 14th of this year, so just a couple of days ago. He's 73, he's 5'8", weighs 132 pounds. He has white hair that is balding and hazel eyes. He was last seen in the 400 block of Chestnut Avenue in Kansas City about 10 o'clock in the morning. He does frequent the area of East 22nd Street and Charlotte Street. He suffers from medical conditions that require him to take medication. Now, again, he's 73, he's 5'8", weighs 132 pounds. He has white hair that is balding and hazel eyes, and he does wear black glasses. He's last known to be wearing a black jacket, camo vest, blue jeans, and black boots. If you have any information regarding Charles's disappearance, you know his whereabouts, please call 911 immediately, or call the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department's Missing Persons Unit at 816-234-5220, or the Missouri State Highway Patrol at 573-526-6178. Or their toll-free number is 866-362-6422, and see if we can't get him found and back to where he needs to be.
Missouri.
I had to track down a better picture of him because the actual picture, but it's a picture of a cell phone screen, and it did not look very well at all. So,
yeah,
I had to track down a better version.
Well, hopefully, and he's 73. So I always, we've talked about it before, but I never know what consists of silver alerts.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and talk about Gage Patrick.
Okey-doke. He's missing from Wichita, Kansas since October 26th of 2022, so a little while now. 16 years old. He is 5'9", weighs 150 pounds, has brown hair and blue eyes. He's last seen in the 1800 block of North Litchfield Street in Wichita. And he's 16, he's 5'9", weighs 150 pounds, brown hair and blue eyes. If you have any information regarding Gage's disappearance or you know of his whereabouts, please call the Wichita, Kansas Police Department at 316-660-9456. Or 316-660-9452, or 316-263-6011, or KBI at 785-296-4017. See if we can't get Gage located and back to where he needs to be. Awesome. Pan Creek. Is it Creaky or Creek? I'm not sure. But she says, hi, guys. Share it to the local police scanner page in Topeka as usual. Thank you very much.
Nice.
Patricia Hawkins from Choctaw, Oklahoma, says she's watching on YouTube. It shows her on Facebook. Interesting.
It's just Creaky.
Creaky, okay. Thank you, Pam, for that clarification. I appreciate it.
Let's talk about Josie Holloway. I feel like have we covered her in the past?
Yeah, initially she was missing from here, but she had been located, and I was notified today she was missing from out of Wichita this time, and I was sent the photo on the left. She's missing out of Wichita since November 16th, 2022. She's 16, 5'2", 130 pounds, light brown blonde hair, brown eyes. She does have a piercing through the bridge of her nose and both of her eyebrows. You can see that on the photo on the left, which is the most recent photo of her right there. She's 16, 5'2", 130 pounds, has light brown blonde hair and brown eyes. She was wearing a dark brown Carhartt jacket when she went missing. If you have any information regarding Josie's disappearance, you know her whereabouts, please call the Wichita, Kansas Police Department at 316-660-9452, or 316-660-9456, or 316-263-6011, or KBI at 785-296-4017, and see if we can't get Josie located again and back to where she needs to be.
Yeah, her name looks really familiar.
Yeah, we've covered her before, like I say. She was missing initially from here and was found. And
it's kind of crazy though. Like we cover so many people. I'm kind of surprised I remember anybody's name,
Right. I mean,
because
we
we
do
cover
cover a
so many
lot.
cases. But yeah, usually whenever somebody ends up on this show multiple times, I can usually catch it. I'm like, no, we've covered that before. We've heard that name before. Let's talk about tonight's featured case, Alex Head Michael.
Yeah, I just went ahead and updated this flyer to our new template, and thought it'd be good to cover him again because it's been a while since we've talked about Alex. So he's missing from Dickinson County, Kansas since January 15th, 2019. He was 33 when he was missing. He's now 37. He's 5'10", 134 pounds, brown hair and blue eyes. He was last seen driving a silver 2002 Dodge Durango with a broken headlight and a United States Air Force sticker in the back window. Alex mainly drove back roads rather than the highways. His last known location was the Chapman Enterprise, Kansas area. And then you see his colors of the Durango down there at the bottom there. Again, he was 33 when he went missing, and now be 37. He's 5'10", weighs 135 pounds, has brown hair and blue eyes. If you have any information regarding Alex's disappearance, you know of his whereabouts, please call the Dickinson County, Kansas Sheriff's Office at 785-263-4081 or 785-263-4041. Or you can call tips anonymously at 888-535-8477 or at p3tips.com, or you can call KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can help get Alex located.
Yeah.
And Melanie Cushionberry says, hey guys, watching from Osawatomie. And Jamie Wabunsi says, thank you for this. And Kelly's saying, is it me or is Ricky sometimes sounding like a Skippy? I don't know if I am or not.
Yeah. Ricky has sometimes has internet issues over there in Salina, and tonight is one of those nights. You're getting quite a bit of stuff. Do you have like a lot of websites open right now?
No, just Facebook, Twitter, Yahoo Mail, and StreamYard.
Okay.
A lot less than they usually do.
Who knows what's going on?
I don't know.
Let's go out of state to Missouri. Elena.
See, I remembered to make hers on the black one. This is one I did this afternoon. She's missing from Kirksville, Missouri, Alana McKim. Missing since October 28th of 2022. She's 15 years old. She's 5'2", weighs 110 pounds. She has brown hair and hazel eyes. If you have any information regarding Alana's disappearance, you know her whereabouts, please call the Kirksville, Missouri Police Department. It's 660-665-5621 or 660-627-2878 or Missouri State Highway Patrol at 573-526-6178 or their toll-free number 866-362-6422. And see if we can help get Alana found and back to where she needs to be. Was there a certain case in particular, Jamie, that you were thanking us for? I meant to ask.
Yeah, I just saw the comment that they said thank you for this, but I didn't see what they were. Let's talk about this unsolved homicide, Gary Nelson.
Yeah, this is our cold case card case for this week. It's an unsolved homicide out of Beloit, Mitchell County, Kansas, on December 18th, 2009. Gary Leo Nelson was a contractor and owned rental properties in the Beloit area. There was some unusual chatter going on around town. There was rumor that somebody was going to kill Gary. Around 2 a.m., December 18, 2009, it happened. A person or persons walked through the unlocked door of Gary's home, which was just outside of town, and shot him. He was rushed to Mitchell County Hospital, then flown to Wichita. He died in the operating room. The family says 2 other people in the house didn't see the intruder or intruders. They believe Gary said a name before he died, but that lead didn't pan out. If anybody has any information regarding Gary's death, please call the Kansas Bureau of Investigation at 1-800-572-7463 and see if we can't help bring to justice the person or persons responsible.
Yeah. That's terrible.
And that's what that's what the flyers that when I do the cold case flyers with case cards, that's what the flyers look like. I actually include the card that corresponds with the.
Okay.
She said, "I'm just." Jamie Wilbans, he says, "I'm just thankful for you bringing these that are missing out to the public." Oh, you're very welcome, Jamie. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Beloit. I don't know where that is. I've heard of it a bunch.
It's a little bit north of me. Not too far
Okay.
north, a little bit.
Let's talk about Zoe.
Zoe. Okay. She's missing from Gardner, Kansas. Zoe Kesterson. Since November 7th of 2022. She's 16 years old. She's 5'3", weighs 183 pounds. She has blonde or strawberry hair and brown eyes. She's been in contact with friends via social media, but she's not been willing to provide her location. She does have a cell phone that has no service. She would require Wi-Fi to access her social media. She does have family in St. Louis, and she does have ties to Kansas City, Missouri. And she's 16 years old. She's 5'3", weighs 183 pounds. She has blonde or strawberry hair and brown eyes. If you have any information regarding Zoe's disappearance, or you know her whereabouts, please call Detective R. Stillman with the Gardner, Kansas Police Department at 913-856-7312 or 913-884-8452 or KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can get Zoe located and back to where she needs to be. Double C St. Beloit's about an hour northwest of here.
Hour northwest of Salina.
Yeah, from Salina.
How far are you from 70? Right there, right?
Yeah, it's right on the north tip of town.
Okay, yeah, because I was going to say, that's how I ended up meeting you, because we had to get to 70.
And Crystal Janet Leah Vargas says, I work for a prison. We got these cold case cards, and I think it's a cool idea to hopefully get cases solved. Yep, it is.
Yeah.
It's a really cool idea. And then I was shown it before, but I've got one as well. They sent me one as a thank you for being a case contributor because they contacted me and asked me for suggestions. And so I sent them about 35 flyers.
I'm going to get my deck. I'm just going to jaywalk in Kansas next time I'm there. And they'll put me in the big house for a night, and I'll be like, I just want my deck of cards. That I would do that if they were like, we can't give you a deck. I'm like, can I jaywalk and get arrested? So you can be like, okay, we'll do it. I'm like, all right.
I know they initially told me when it was still in the planning stages, they were going to try to make them to where the public could get a hold of them, but I don't know how that's going. I haven't heard any progress on that yet, but they were.
Well, you got to think.
To try.
Like, it's obviously the people behind it. It's obviously some type of, probably more than likely, nonprofit. So when they're printing these cards to hand out in prisons, somebody's paying for all those cards. So you know, that's it's probably already a massive, to do for them to print all the cards for all the prisoners. So yeah, I mean, I think it's great that people want copies, but yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's already a big to do for them to supply all the prisoners with a deck,
And thanks to my brother Double T, I've got 3 of the Florida cold case decks.
You find them on eBay, you said?
Yeah, he found them on eBay.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool. Let's talk
I haven't opened them yet. They're still sealed in cellophane. I still got to open them. Just been too busy. Let's see here. Charles McHenry. He's actually the age now on today and put it on the new template too. He's missing from Great Bend, Kansas since May 6th of 2016. He was 27 when he went missing. He would now be 34. He's 6'2", 180 pounds, black hair and black eyes, it says. He went missing from Great Bend. He was last known to be driving an unknown make 2-door black car away from the house in the 500 block of Northwest 20 Avenue between Hoisington and Great Bend. Again, at the time of his disappearance, he was 27. He would now be 34. 6'2", 180 pounds, black hair and black eyes. He was last known to be wearing a black T-shirt and denim shorts. He has tattoos on the left arm. One is of the cross, and it says Tyler on his upper arm, and an eagle with a flag on the lower arm. You can see pictures of him there. His eyebrow and left ear are pierced. He has a large scar near his left knee, a large scar on his right arm from the elbow to the wrist, scar on his right knee, a scar on his forehead, scars on both sides of his ribs, a scar on the bottom of his left foot, and a dimpled dip on his left bicep. He has a plate in his right arm from his elbow to his wrist, and he has 2 screws in his left knee. If you have any information regarding Charles' disappearance, you know his whereabouts, please call the Great Bend, Kansas Police Department at 620-793-4120 or the KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can't get Charles located and back to where he needs to be. As you can see, there's no shortage of photos of him.
Right. Is he on the .com?
Do what?
Is he on our .com?
I don't know that he is. Okay, Amanda says she has to ask. I thought I read that the cold case deck of cards is not available for public, not as of yet. They're working on it, but I haven't heard any progress on it. For right now, they're just in prisons and jails and here and around the state of Kansas and stuff. So they're thinking the public would be, public would be helpful as well. I think they're thinking other states have done the same thing, and they've had some moderate success with cracking cold cases with these cards in the prisons and stuff. I don't know if they're just thinking that maybe an inmate will say something, maybe to get a better deal or a lighter sentence, whatever. I don't know. But, I mean, they said they've had some moderate success in other states with them. So Kansas is hoping that they'll have some success as well.
Yeah.
And Kelly is saying, not necessarily. If you think about it, locked up people do know a lot of secrets, and they're more liable to tell those things to get shorter sentences, or whatever. And they talk to each other about their crimes. So loose lips around those places. Yeah, true. We'll just have to see if anything comes of it. Hopefully there will be future decks with others and stuff like that. I guess we'll wait and see what happens.
Yeah. But like Ricky said, Double T, Ricky's brother, found there's several cold case decks, maybe from years prior, that you can find on eBay from all over the country.
Oh yeah.
So there's definitely some decks you can get a hold of. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can get a hold of decks.
Florida. The Florida ones I have are 1st, 4th, and 7th edition. So.
Oh really?
So Florida's been doing them for at least 7 years.
Yeah.
So.
I think it's cool Kansas is doing it. Let's talk about Laney.
Ready. I just upped her flyer again the other day because I'd seen ran a new update for on Kick News and everything. So I wanted to get it out here again. But she's missing from Wichita, Kansas since April 6th of this year. So it's been quite a few months. She's 16 years old, 5'9", 180 pounds, brown hair and brown eyes. You don't have much more than that. But if you have any information regarding Laney's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call the Wichita, Kansas Police Department at 316-660-9452 or 316-660-9456 or 316-263-6011 or the KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can help get Laney located and back to where she needs to be. It's been quite a few months.
Yeah.
And Double T is saying he believes Florida was the first state to do the cards. So
okay.
I wonder how many states are actually involved in that now.
It's a great idea. It's one of those ideas I wish I had.
Right.
It's a really good idea. Let's talk about Leonard Williams.
Okay. This is actually a case out of Reno County. Leonard Anthony Williams been missing since October 9th of this year. He's 67. He's 5'8", weighs 150 pounds. He is bald and has brown eyes. He was last seen wearing an orange sweater and blue jeans. And he was last seen around 9 o'clock that evening on October 9th. If you have any information regarding Leonard's disappearance, you know his whereabouts, please call the Reno County, Kansas Sheriff's Office at 620-694-2735 or the KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can't get him located and back to where he needs to be.
He's been missing like just over a month and a few weeks, a month and a week.
Yeah. Yep. I can't believe it. I can't believe it took them until this long to get it out there, as I had never heard about it before until, let's see, when did I do his flyer? Yesterday or day before, I think it was. So, it's crucial to get these faces out there. Can't get them found if we don't know they're missing.
Yeah. I'm sending some stars to my friend on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
He does pecan. I'm gonna do a plug for him. Sean's Pecans. I hear they're great. He's a Kansas little. He has a regular job, but he makes pecans. And he's in several stores in Kansas, but he just does it, as a part-time thing for fun. But I'm sending it. Mackenzie Goodall missing again. She was found for a while.
Yeah, she was actually, if you remember, she was originally thought to be with Genesis Shade that was missing, but Genesis has since been located. So I had to revamp her flyer just a little bit, and then I was sent another picture of Mackenzie, the one second from the right there. It just got sent to me the other day and said it was a really recent one of her. So I added that. But she is missing from Edgerton, Kansas since November 3rd of this year. She's 14. She's 5'6", 155 pounds, brown hair and brown eyes. And I also added this piece of information that believes she's traveling between Kansas City, Kansas, Olathe, Kansas, and Belton, Missouri. And she's 14 years old. She's 5'6", weighs 155 pounds. She has brown hair and brown eyes. If you have any information regarding Mackenzie's disappearance or you know of her whereabouts, please call the Johnson County, Kansas Sheriff's Office at 913-782-0720 or KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can get Mackenzie located and back to where she needs to be.
How long was she missing that last time we had her on the show?
It was a long time. I want to say it was close. I don't know if it was a year or close to a year, but it was a while.
I was pretty worried because it was just like it was every week. We were like, there was no information. There was like no information whatsoever.
Right.
Like it didn't seem like anybody saw any activity online or anything.
It was a similar situation to this one where they thought she was with another girl that was missing, and the other girl was found, and it took forever to find Mackenzie. So hopefully we can speed up this process this time. So if anybody knows anything about it, call it immediately and let them know.
Yeah. I just feel bad for Mackenzie. She's probably got a lot going on at a young age.
Yeah.
It's rough. Let's talk about Joni Wilcox.
Okay. This is one I did a couple of days ago or so. I guess it was Joni. She two different spellings of Joni, and she also goes by Joanne as well. Wilcox Kalenbaugh. My understanding is her maiden name is Wilcox, and the married name was Kalenbaugh. Missing since November 8th of this year. She's 61. She's 4'9" to 5'1", weighs between 100 to 115 pounds. She has dishwater blonde, gray hair, and blue eyes. She was last seen in the vicinity of North of Washington High School area in Kansas City, wrapped in a brown blanket. She's last known to frequent Armourdale area and Western Leavenworth Road area. She is in need of medication that she doesn't have with her. And again, she's 61. She's 4'9" to 5'1", weighs between 100 and 115 pounds. Has dishwater blonde hair with gray highlights. If you have any information regarding Joni's disappearance, or you know her whereabouts, please call the Kansas City, Kansas Police Department at 913-596-3000 or KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can't get her located and back to where she needs to be.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary to think about being out there just wrapped up in a blanket.
It's freezing.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully she's somewhere warm.
Yeah, that's terrible. Right here, I live in Phoenix. There's a huge population of people without houses. And
right.
Luckily, it doesn't get deathly freezing here, but a lot of people. There's just one part of Phoenix. It's just like a long street, and just probably 1,000 people, if not more, just living right there on that street. It's very sad.
And Roxanne saying anybody who wants to help with this podcast can become a subscriber. It's cheap, but guys, these guys work hard and it's expensive to run these. As you can see, I have a green badge by my name. That's because I'm a subscriber. The money goes to pay for podcasts. If you can help, if you can.
Yeah, I forgot we had that subscriber button.
Yeah. I'll have to look at
Let's
that.
look at that. I haven't looked at anything on Facebook in so long since they started changing stuff. I don't even know where to find any information anymore. Let's talk about Leo.
Yeah, Leo, I added a new photo that was sent. No, second from the right up there on the top.
Okay.
And so I added that. I took one off that wasn't as good and put that one in its place. Let's see. Leo Sanchez, I don't know if that's Sagarnaga. I hope I said that right. Missing since July 11th of this year. He's 17, he's 5'10", 200 pounds, black hair and brown eyes. It's believed that he's still in Topeka. If you have any information regarding Lionel's disappearance or you know where he might be, please call Topeka, Kansas Police Department at 785-368-9247 or 785-368-9551 or 785-368-9200 or KBI at 785-296-4017. See if we can get Lionel located and back to where he needs to be. It was Lionel or Leonel. Hopefully we can help get him found. Looks like he's got one of those hoop ring piercings in his lower lip there.
Yeah.
And Roxy says it's on YouTube as well. Oh, okay. I didn't know it was on YouTube. Well, I knew the subscriber thing was. And a deal on it you can set up to where you can become a member of the channel, and that's how you can help support the channel, by becoming a member.
Yeah.
That I knew because I've seen other YouTubers do that and talk about that.
I have 102 subscribers now on my YouTube channel.
I still look at about 140, 150. So I hope that keeps going up.
Yeah, man. It's always nice to get some followers going.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Eli.
Okie doke. I had a little tad bit of information to his, so I wanted to cover him again. Eli Hopkins Mitchell is missing from Topeka, Kansas since March 16th, 2022. He's 17. He is 6'1", 220 pounds, has blonde or strawberry hair and blue eyes. He uses just the last name Hopkins as opposed to the Hopkins Mitchell. And he's believed to either be in Topeka, which is what I originally had, or now he's believed to be in Wichita, Kansas, possibly with a family member that lives there. Again, he's 17 years old. He's 6'1", weighs 220 pounds, has blonde or strawberry hair that's grown out a little bit longer and blue eyes. If you have any information regarding Eli's disappearance, you know his whereabouts, please call the Topeka, Kansas Police Department at 785-368-9247 or 785-368-9200 or the KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can't get Eli located and back to where he needs to be. Yeah, I agree, Kelly. It's way too cold for all these people to be missing. Definitely is.
Has Eli been missing before March 16th?
I don't believe so. That was the latest flyer I did for him because he had been missing before that and was found, and then he went missing again.
Okay, I was just going to say, I thought we had covered him and he had been found before, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Well, let's talk about Dana Jane Bruce.
Alrighty. She, of course, is missing from Sedalia, Missouri since October 4th, 2008. She was 23 when she went missing. She'll now be 37. She's 5'2", weighs 98 pounds, has brown hair and green or hazel eyes. She was last seen at her children's babysitter's home in Sedalia. She left the children there earlier that day so she could go out for the evening. She returned at midnight and gave the babysitter more money and asked her to watch the children for the rest of the night. Dana was seen at Malone's bar on Main Street with a young man driving a late model red Ford F-150 earlier on the night of her disappearance. She left with the man at 11:30 p.m. Police have identified the man she was with that night. He had traveled to Atlanta after her disappearance, and police questioned him about Dana's after he was arrested there on unrelated charges of marijuana possession and driving on a suspended license. Authorities have not named him publicly, but they are calling him a person of interest in her case. He told his questioners that he and Dana parted ways after they left the bar, and he never saw her again after that. She left all her belongings behind, including her hairbrush and toothbrush, and she does not have credit cards, debit cards, checking account, cell phone, or a car. Again, at the time of her disappearance, she was 23. She would now be 37. She's 5'2" and weighs 98 pounds. She has brown hair that was colored brown at the roots and black at the ends with red highlights and green or hazel eyes. She was last known to be wearing a black t-shirt with the word Rebel and silver lettering on the front and blue jeans. Dana has a tattoo of a teddy bear with wings and the name Dylan on her upper left arm. She's blind in her left eye. She has a 2-inch scar along her lower spine and a staple scar on her right shoulder. Her ears are pierced 1 time each. If you have any information regarding Dana's disappearance or you know of her whereabouts, please call the Sedalia, Missouri Police Department. It's 660-827-7823 or 660-826-8100. Or the Missouri State Highway Patrol at 573-526-6178, or their toll-free number 866-362-6422, and see if we can't help get Dana located and back to where she needs to be. Because I do know that her family is looking long and hard for her, and they're not giving up.
No.
And Ellen says, thank you for sharing Dana's flyer. Yeah, Derek's coughing behind the mic.
I have to go to the doctor, I think, man. When my kids start going to school, man, we just start getting sick.
Oh, I know it. Yeah. We're here in Salina, Kansas since November 4th of 2019. So we are now past the 3-year mark. He was 69 when he was missing, and now be 72. He is 5'9", 175 pounds, gray hair and blue eyes. He does sometimes use the last name Brown instead of his given name of Rychek. He does suffer from diminished mental health capabilities, and he's on disability, but has not tried to access any of his money since he was last seen. He may have family in northwest Kansas, possibly around the Colby area. He was last seen at the Gospel Mission here in Salina. He left there and hasn't been seen or heard from since. He does not have a phone, a vehicle, or any identification. His mode of transportation was a bicycle that he would ride and push around while he was picking up scrap to sell at All Metal Recycling when it was still known as Salina Iron and Metal up there on North 5th. Again, at the time of his disappearance, Kenny was 69. He's now 72. He's 5'9", weighs about 175 pounds, has gray hair and blue eyes. If you have any information regarding Kenny's disappearance or you know where he may be, please call the Salina, Kansas Police Department at 785-826-7210 or KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can't hopefully help get him found and located. You know, I've talked about it many times that I keep holding out hope that he's out there and safe and living his good life. You know, but as cold as it's been, you know, these past winters and as hot as it's been these last few summers, it's just really hard to keep that hope alive as much as you try to. Just hope he's okay. Because he was a good guy.
Yeah. It sucks, man.
I mean, I know I've talked to one investigator about him one time, and you know, he says there just has not been anything coming out about Kenny at all, just nothing. You know, I told him, I said, we do this podcast weekly, we talk about him every week, and he keeps hoping that that'll stir up something.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can stir something up.
Yeah. I hate that it's been that long.
Yeah.
Right before I started doing the show with you, he went missing.
Yeah. Alex Perez, another way we cover quite frequently. Missing from Ulysses, Kansas since December 1st, 2020. He was 35 when he went missing. He'd now be 37. He's 5'11", weighs 235 pounds. He has black hair that he shaves nearly bald and brown eyes. He'd called a family member on the phone on December 1st and said he'd be coming over to do some laundry. He never arrived at the family member's home in Ulysses, and he hasn't been heard from or seen by friends or family since. He'd been staying with friends and family prior to his disappearance. It's believed that he may still be in the local Ulysses area, or he may be in Garden City or surrounding areas. Again, when he went missing, he was 35. He's now 37. He's 5'11", weighs 235 pounds, has black hair that he shaves nearly bald and brown eyes, has a tattoo of a bumblebee on his face underneath his left eye, has Perez tattooed on one of his arms. He has a tattoo of a cross on a chain across his chest. And if you have any information regarding Alexander's disappearance or you know of his whereabouts, please call the Grant County, Kansas Sheriff's Office at 620-356-3500 or the Ulysses, Kansas Police Department at 620-356-4600 or the KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can't help get him located and back to where he needs to be. Because it's just been way entirely too long.
Yeah.
It's been way entirely too long for a lot of these folks. And I'm a firm believer in somebody knows something and somebody's holding the key that can bring these folks home. It's just a matter of doing the right thing and getting it called in so it can be done.
You want me to play the voicemail?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I don't know, man. I'm supposed to be going back early morning to go get some shit and then go get some other stuff down there and bring it back down here, but I don't even know, man. It's been wild down there. It's been crazy. Fucking been held at gunpoint and robbed and tried to beat me up. It's a bunch of crazy shit going on in GC, man.
Very, very nefarious. Very, scary phone call. Or message. It could either be, a sign of something happened to him, or, he could decide to go into hiding somewhere or something. But
yeah,
I feel like if he would have done that, he would at least made contact with a family member, say, "Hey, I'm okay. I'm just like laying low for a while." So I don't know. But there again, I'm a firm believer that somebody knows what happened. It's just a matter of doing the right thing and speaking up and saying, "Hey, here's the information I have. I hope it helps."
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It's been too long. It'll be 2 years and a few weeks.
Yeah, it will be. Yep. 13 days. Yep. That's crazy. I haven't seen Irene pop up in the comments for a long time.
No, I haven't talked to Alexander's family in a while.
Yeah. I'm surprised they don't pop in the comments because Irene was doing it pretty committed every week.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I do not know. But if anybody has any cases they want us to cover, let me know. You can message me here on the page or message my personal Facebook, either way. And it's a little bit more complicated now to bounce back and forth to check messages because the way Facebook's got it set up right now to where, if I want to go to Kansas Missing Unsolved, I got to switch out of my personal Kansas Missing and Unsolved. And if I want to go back to my personal, I got to switch out of that to back to my personal. And yep, we covered Cage earlier this evening. Yeah. Hopefully he's found safe and soon and back to where he needs to be. Yeah. But again, he's missing out of Wichita since, let me pull this back over, since October of this year, October 26th. He's 16, 5'9", 150 pounds, brown hair, blue eyes. Again, he was last seen in the 1800 block of North Litchfield Street in Wichita. If anybody knows where he's at, the numbers are 316-660-9456 or 316-660-9452. or 316-263-6011, or KBI at 785-296-4017. See if we can't get him found and back to where he needs to be. Yep, I was actually emailed about him today and asked to get a flyer up for him today, so I did.
Yeah. Winter is here. My lips are cracking.
Oh man, I'm not ready for winter. It can like I was just enjoying the 70-degree days.
Yeah.
I mean, I realize we're mid-November and Israel De Herrera says hi with a lot of exclamation points.
Oh, that's my buddy.
And he says sexy.
He's my buddy. He's
and no, he ain't talking about me.
He's a comedian.
Yeah.
He's got a pretty funny YouTube page.
I've never seen myself in that light, so
we
If
don't
I am,
have
I
a
don't know.
located safe tonight because we only had 6, but Brandon has those saved, and we're going to have one for Tuesday's
cool.
show, depending on if we
Cool.
hopefully get some more located safes between now and then.
Yeah.
I
One of
do
the
wanna
located
play-
safes I'd plan on covering until I accidentally went to the wrong law enforcement page. It was that Arsenio Ortiz. I was going to cover her on the show, and then I was going to go to Gardner, Kansas's police department Facebook. Instead, I went to Garden City, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, so Arsenio was located. Good deal. I'm glad to see that. So,
I want to play this real quick. Our website girl says we're reaching 300 people a day at kmupod.com.
That's cool. Let's see that go up, though. It needs to go up.
Yeah, this needs to go up, but that's pretty good for free. We're not paying for any advertising, so.
Roxanne says, Tuesday is my birthday, so for my birthday, I wish to have many people found. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Definitely. But yeah, like I was saying, if anybody wants us to cover any cases, you can message me on Kansas Missing and Unsolved or on my personal Facebook. And if you have a missing person you need to have a flyer made for or want us to get the word out about, there's a request form on kmupod.com that you can fill out and it'll email to me. So get it that way too.
Yeah.
Or if need be, if you want to email me directly, it's kansasmissingandunsolved@yahoo.com. There's another avenue. So
Plenty of places. Happy birthday.
Yeah. Kelly, you pull that hairstyle off really good. I couldn't pull it off, but you pulled it off really good. All right. Well, that being said, we'll go ahead and do our usual. Heavenly Father, thank you for bringing us together tonight to go over these cases, and I just pray that the right person will come up with the right information and help bring some of these folks home, and maybe even help us solve Gary Nelson's unsolved homicide and bring that information out so we can bring the person responsible for that to justice as well. As we get ready to approach Thanksgiving, just pray for family togetherness and just be there for each other and take care of each other until we see each other. I'm not sure when, because the next show would be Tuesday. We can conceivably do a show Tuesday.
We'll have to see. I'm not sure what we're planning. We might be going somewhere, but I'm not sure. I'll find out.
Okay. All right. But until we see each other again, folks, you guys stay safe. God bless. Happy Thanksgiving. Amen.
Mm-hmm.
Best rate for the win. I'm Ashley McClure with IVP Benefits Consulting Group. We want to help you or your company find the best health, dental, and vision insurance rates available without sacrificing any benefits. Call us at 620-904-7010 to find your winning rate.
This episode is sponsored by Big Fish Bail Bonds. Big Fish Bail Bonds is your first choice in bondsmen. We are located 3 blocks away from the Sedgwick County Jail in Wichita, Kansas. We accept all major credit cards and we accept payment plans on big bonds with no collateral in some cases. Find us at bigfishbailbonds.us or give us a call at 316-262-4100. Big Fish Bail Bonds. Big or small, we release them all.